Hi, I'm Laura James. Welcome to Uniquity TV. Every week we answer your questions on financial services, brands and marketing. And we're kicking off our first episode with a question that is, where do you even start with marketing? How do you know that you're on the right track? So the way I would approach this is starting to think through a really simple framework that's got 4 parts to it. The first part is objective. So what are you trying to achieve with your marketing? It helps if you've got a specific goal, grow by X or something like that. The second is being really clear about your customers, who you're trying to target and engage. You can use sort of demographic segmentations, but I much prefer it when we think about the emotions of customers and human engagement. Netflix, in fact, have said that demographic segmentations are a completely worthless thing to do, and you really have to get more into the emotions of how your customers think and feel, and think about how groups of your customers might think in similar ways. Then there's the context. So what is the context that we're operating in? We live in unprecedented times. We have rising inflation, we've got Brexit, we've got all the tech that's coming into the market. You have to understand the context that you're operating in and the competitors that are also at play to understand where you can strike your unique voice in the market. And finally, then there's your brand. What does your brand stand for? What does it mean? Who would even care about it? It has to be something really compelling. Now, those 4 things might sound like a lot, and yes, it is. You really do have to do quite in-depth and deep analysis on those 4 different things to get a really great answer. But one way of starting is what I call the clarity test. You can get a copy of this on my blog, where you can print this off and maybe have a discussion with your team about whether you can answer these questions. So the questions are quite simply, who are you? So what are you known as? What is your brand in the market? So for me, it would be Uniquity. What do you do? What services do you provide? So we provide financial services, marketing and branding. Who do you do it for? So who are you trying to target? So for me, I mainly work with ambitious or growing financial services brands, and that's the mindset group, that people who want to learn and grow. And why does it matter? And this is perhaps the most important. Why does what you do matter? Because if you can't answer this with a really compelling answer, and something that you really care about, then you can guarantee that no one else is going to care about it. So for me, why does it matter? Uniquity as a brand is all about potential, helping people realize their potential, helping businesses realize their potential. And that underlines everything that we do. So I'd really recommend, if you just want to start somewhere, print this off, have a discussion with your team, see if you can answer these questions. If you can, brilliant. You've probably made a great start on your branding and positioning. The next step would be whether your brand identity and how you look visually makes a good representation of that. This is a really great place to start. And in future weeks, we'll be going through some of the other areas of customers and objectives and context and how to dig under those a bit more. I'd love to see what you come up with this. I'm on Uniquity_co on Twitter. Snap a picture. I'm happy to give you some feedback. I look forward to seeing you next week.